Hello, hello, hello. Today I'm going to be talking about, let me get my glasses off so I can be serious with you guys. How to detach from your 3D reality through using release statements. Now, I'm very excited about this video because I was recently introduced to release statements. Release the need. I'm going through my studies and I'm on the YouTube, going through some videos, some shorts, and I come across a young lady right here, and she's saying you have to detach and release from the need. So to release the need for your desire. So I'm watching and I'm listening to her, and I'm like, this is what my mentor talks about. Release statements. You have to release yourself from the attachment to your desire, to whatever it is you want. Now I'm thinking, okay, what's an example of a release statement? I'm now watching this young lady and she's like simply saying, I really want this. I really want this thing. I want it so much. I really want it. But I don't need it. I'm like, that's it? So I'm like watching the video and she's saying it over and over again. I really want this. I really, really want this. I really, really, really want this. But I don't need it. Unless it's a life or death situation. I'm like thinking, I'm going back, then I go back to my notes. And I remember I was actually I made a mental note of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went and was watching 4 different videos of one of my mentors speaking. Kevin, I'll leave a link there. Thanks, Kevin. I'm listening to him speak. He's like, you gotta really get that desire of what you want, put it out there, and then just release, let it go. Give a release statement. I said, oh, release statement. And I'm like listening, waiting, and then he says the same in a different way. He's just like, it's okay. It's okay if I don't get it. I really want something, but I don't care if I get it or not. And that's his release statement. Just let it out there. And so over the past couple of weeks, months, I'm now thinking, wow, I've not really been consciously saying these release statements. This is funny. And I'm like, realize I'm not saying it. So I'm asking any of you, do you use release statements in any shape, form, or fashion, in any way that you might like put an intention, a manifestation out there, a creation? How do you release and let go? How do you allow what you want to come in? Now I'm like, wow. I was completely shocked with this term, release statements. Releasing the need for what it is that we might want. So I went further down into study. I went back through my notes. Actually, I've got some powerful notes here. These are my notes from all my seminars, trainings I've gone through, and studies I've studied. Let me go through my Neville Goddard files. Feeling is the secret, live in the end. Release the even Neville Goddard mentioned it. Detach. Detachment. Like how one detaches from an ex-friend, from one how detaches from an ex-lover, ex-girlfriend, ex-whatever. There's a way you detach. Some ways could be you might shut off all social media from an ex-friend or ex-business partner so you don't see it. That's the way you might want to release. There are just certain things that are coming up when it's releasing this need and detachment. Just detach. Detaching from the 3D reality. It's like you go out certain areas and they say the reality you're living in, the 3D reality, detach from it. And I'm like, okay, so the release statement helps us to release the attachment to our goal, desire, dreams. I like to take notes when I'm speaking this way. I lock in the information. I hope you're taking notes to yourself. It also helps you to lock it in. So that's the format of just release. Whatever it is that we are looking for, think about it and simply give a release statement. Now, I went further down. I went to my good old friendly, trusty ChatGPT. If you're not using ChatGPT or any form of communication with AI, so to speak, to ask questions, please, I encourage you to start to do that. Like, I didn't know too much about release statements, but here I am. Let me help you and see what I'm about to pop in here. What is a release statement? A release statement is basically a declaration that you give that releases you from an attachment. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. How can I help you again? ChatGPT is amazing. There. So you not just heard it from me. I just asked ChatGPT. You can even do the same thing yourself. Please, I encourage you, whatever I'm saying or what I'm speaking, I'm just going from my own experiences, from stuff I've studied, my notes, stuff I've gathered over time. So what I'm sharing with you is for you to go and check yourself. Are you using a release statement in any form to release yourself from your wanted desire? Maybe you've been using a release statement unconsciously. I have a very good friend of mine. It's actually my mastermind partner. Whenever I'm with him and he's talking about something, at the very end of it, he's like, "Man, I don't give up. I don't give up." And they're like, "Wow." I'm like, I don't care if I get it or not. I don't care if I get it or not. I don't give an F. And I've noticed he's always getting things. The things he doesn't give an F about, he's always getting them. Let me take a note to give him a call. I'd like to discuss that with him further. But I don't wish to make this video very long. It's just something that I've discovered and I want to share it with you guys that are following me, or if you're brand new. Detachment, how to detach from your desires or from anything. How to detach. It's a very powerful key. And that detachment comes from using some form of release statement, consciously or unconsciously. Consciously is better because that's direct intent. That's very intentional use of that. Release statements. So consider trying that today. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you have any release statements you might use, or any ways that you detach, or any things you might want to ask, leave them in the comments. I'd love to communicate and reach out to you guys. All right. Like I say in all my videos, you know it. I love you.